Hey guys, it's AJ, and as you can tell from the title, I want to talk a little bit about zombies. I want to tell you my take on zombies, but I'm probably going to try to do this video in 2 or 3 little excerpts so that they're not long and drawn out, because you know I'm windy. But in order to progress, sometimes we have to regress. So first, I want to tell you a little bit about what I've found out on the history of zombies. My hillbilly's favorite term for me is his Google bunny. So when I want to know something, I turn to my little box, type in some words. There's all the information you want in there, guys. I don't have any tool that anybody else doesn't have. But what I found is Wikipedia knows what a zombie is. It's an animated corpse brought back to life by mystical means, such as witchcraft. The term is often figuratively applied to describe hypnotized people bereft of consciousness and self-awareness, but able to respond to surrounding stimuli. Since the late 19th century, zombies have acquired nobility and popularity, especially in North America and European folklore. Now, is that the first time we've ever heard of zombies? We don't as America, because I don't think that we're really equipped to sit up one day and come up with all of this on our own. We don't bring anything to the table normally. Everything that we have today, and for hundreds of years past, came from somewhere else. Be it our family, our ancestors, or folklore and legend. This, my friends, is our folklore. Zombies, A Living History, was on the History Channel, and I watched it because I'm a big movie buff. I like scary movies and zombie movies, and that's because I kind of think they're funny. But I watched their little show on zombies, and I'm going to put the link down in the bottom, so if you want, you can watch it too. And they told you all about the history of zombies and how we could come to see one today. In there, the first time zombies were ever heard of in the written language. It was written on 12 clay tablets somewhere between 2750 and 2500 BC. The Epic of Gilgamesh. No, I'm probably saying that wrong. Gilgamesh, there you go. Of ancient summer included a mention of zombies. It was a fury of vengeance. It says, "Father, give me the bull of heaven, so he can kill Gilgamesh," I still can't say it right, "in his dwelling. If you do not give me the bull of heaven, I will knock down the gates of the netherworld. I will smash the doorposts and leave the doors flat down, and I will let the dead go up and eat the living, and the dead will outnumber the living." That is the first written zombie folklore. Haitian zombies are people that are zombified, not the dead, living people, through black magic or through potions, incantations. They are zombified. Does that mean that the dead rise? No. That means that a normal person has basically their mental capacity taken away from them. They no longer think for themselves. They think for their master. Their recollection, everything that was before, is gone. Basically, their memory is wiped clean. They're a clean, empty slate for someone to plug in, do this, do that. They didn't need anybody. They're just blank, staring zombies. Chinese legend. They have the Qin Shi. I hate these words, guys, sorry. The Qin Shi. Now, this is a type of reanimated corpse. According to the legend, in the day, they rested in a coffin, or they hide in dark places such as caves. At night, it moves around, hopping, with its arms outstretched. It kills living creatures to absorb their Qi, or life essence. Qi, Q-I. The creatures, normally listed as women, come back to punish people for wrongful burial. The Chinese were very anal, for lack of a better word. They had exact things that you had to do when you buried a person. You had to wrap them and bind them so that they could not move. In most cases, they used like large metal nails bent over them so that they couldn't get up. And if they weren't buried properly, they came back and told you about it. They didn't walk around and just eat people. They came back to punish people for not burying them properly, usually their family or loved ones that should have known better. Arabic, they have the ghoul. In folklore, it's a monster associated with graveyards and consuming human flesh, often classified but not necessarily undead. These creatures come back to punish those living in sin. Basically, in their culture, this was their God's way of getting back at you. If you didn't live the right way, if your life was surrounded by sin and you didn't do what you were supposed to do, the ghoul came and ate you. Norwegians, they have the dragar. They were believed to live in the graves of the dead. They were dead too, and they were reanimated kind of, but they were there because they were trying to protect what that person was buried with. Back then, you were buried with all of your treasures, and they were trying to get the treasures of the dead, and they were trying to keep other people from getting those treasures. They jealously, I can't talk at all, they jealously guarded those treasures, even after death. Now, they were very evil, mean people, and I'm trying to watch what I say here. They really got a kick out of killing people, eating people. They were carnivores that did that type of thing in the folklore, but they were just mean, nasty people. William of Newburgh wrote in the 12th century about the Reverend. Not the Reverend. The Revenant. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Pastor Doug. I did not mean that. Love you. Thanks for watching. I know you are. The Reverend. I can't say it without saying that word. Revenant. There you go. A visible ghost or animated corpse that was believed to return from the grave to terrorize the living. The writing gave him the title of the first true zombie hunter. He actually went out and looked for the Revenant. There, I said it right. He was actually trying to find these people and stop them because he felt that they could be an entity here on earth that would consume us. Fears for today's times. We have people like Jeffrey Dahmer. He was an American serial killer and sex offender. He murdered 17 men and boys between 78 and 91, with the majority of the murders occurring between 87 and 91. The murders involved rape, dismemberment, necrophilia, and cannibalism. Yeah, I'm not. You guys know what those words mean, and if you don't, PM me and I'll let you know. He was a very sick individual. He wasn't dead, but he ate the living. It's just what he did. He actually tried to zombify people. He would take his victims, drill a hole in their head, pour in acid, and what he was trying to do was kill the, basically the part of the brain that didn't listen to what he said. So he was trying to make his own zombies. Another fear is the presence of prions. The word prion, coined in 82 by Stanley Prishner, is derived from the words protein and infection. This was seen probably first in African culture. The effect of this type of disease gives off a zombie-like side effect. Loss of body control, uncontrollable shakes, staring into nothingness. The disease was passed by consuming the brain of the infected person. This may sound really, really taboo and nasty to us, but in African culture, that was what they did when their loved ones passed on. They ate their brain. The brains had little nasty infectious prions. Those prions caused people to basically go mad. They didn't eat anybody. They didn't come after you. They didn't come after me. They just basically sat there and shook and stared dead ahead. It was a zombie-like state. The same type of disease has been found here in America. That's what gives us things like the mad cow disease. That's kind of a type of thing where we see things like the avian flu. So we can get zombie-like states from people, and we can see zombie-type people. We don't see people going around eating each other. That's a lot of information. But I'm going to go ahead and close. That's my brief little history on why we talk about zombies, or why we have zombies. Our zombies didn't really step up to the plate and kick into gear until the Night of the Living Dead came out. That guy made a lot of money, but he apparently made a lot of us scared for some reason. But like I said, I'm going to close here. That's my history, and I'm sticking to it. And I will start up another video so you guys have time to digest. And I'll let you know exactly what I think of zombies next. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.